Good evening. How goes it? So 7:07. I got a little extra time today. So let's see what I can get done. I'm trying to make the first attempt at actually attaching data from my microservices to the Unity application. Now this is like the first of many steps, and I've decided I wanted it to be the playbook because it's got some visual elements and that it has plays. So we will see how that goes. I got a lot of parts I got to plug into this. I got to build the game planning. The game plan system, I have no idea how that's going to lay out yet because that's going to be quite the thing. Again, it's about space, right? Because you don't have as much space on a phone device as you do on your UI. So coming up with a good way to lay out the game plan process could be interesting. But for now, trying to see if I can at least get the playbook hooked up. Let's just see what it does. I mean, at the very least, I'm going to hook it up. Again, I don't have my plays currently set up to separate. I got to figure out how to do that so I can get some plays in. I'm thinking what I'm going to end up doing is just doing a basic copy of the IDs. Just have it, maybe I'll have a script run or something like that. Or I just copy play IDs with the user ID, map them to it. Thus giving the user something to work with for now. At least my dummy users. So let's see what we got here. So we're going to be creating a new file in my data folder for the playbook. And this one's going to be basically the same, play data.cs, playbook data, whoops. Playbook data.cs. And so this is basically going to do the same thing. Yeah, it's not, it didn't quite do that right, but it says get base URL. It didn't actually look at my config. It's not called, it's like API base URL or something like that. API base URL, yeah. I told it it was in the config file, and it just apparently, and I don't think it's using my API handler either. Oh wait, maybe it is. Let's see. Playbook data.j. Oh, I guess it does, kinda. Fetch all plays, get base. Read only. The type or namespace name cannot be found. Are you missing? I don't think it named it correctly. What is this called? It's API config. Yeah, they totally did not get that right. Why is this not working? Read only API config playbook data.api handler. Cannot declare a variable of static type API config. Cannot create an instance of the static class API config. All right, what else we got in here? How much are they giving me beyond this point? Update API handler.cs to support texture loading. Get texture, okay. Basically, we're adding this. Add this method to my API handler. API handler. Unity, networking, system threading. Oh, that's a method. Oh, that's right, static. So, server config. Oh, it's server config. Okay, that's it. Where's it getting config from? Unity engine rendering FTP config. Alright, so it's doing some weird stuff. I'm having trouble pinning down what it's exactly trying to accomplish. I told it to use my existing code, but it doesn't look like it's using my existing code. If it is, I don't understand how it's doing it. Let me clarify. Seems you are not yet using existing code. I did add the texture function to the API handler, but not sure where you are getting a config dot get base URL. There is a function in the config server config.cs that has API base URL. Also, I have no idea how you are, what is being referenced in the API handler, as that is not the name of the API handler .cs class. this is called config, by the way. That's really weird. Just makes more sense to call it this. Don't mind changing these classes in some ways, but let's not change names just to change names. AI likes to change the names of things. It likes to just go, you know, this item doesn't need to be called that. Let's call it this instead, or that instead. And I'm like, you're just making life difficult. Stop changing the names of everything. It's totally unnecessary, and it's confusing, and it breaks the code, and it doesn't. It's like, let's change the name, but let's not bother to refresh any of the connections or the things that might be using it before the AI came along. Alright, so we're going to change load playbook image in the playbook data. Still don't think that's everything, to be honest. I feel like that's only part of that. Doesn't even have. Still feel like that's missing stuff, but whatever. For this to work, you'd also need to update the get texture method in your API handler, which is fine. This approach keeps your existing naming conventions and class structures while restructuring the inconsistencies in the implementation. It's fine, but it doesn't. It fixed this, that's awesome, but what it didn't do was correct the other problems. But what else do we have here? Let's go see what we have. What is this one? Game card CS to handle API data. So let's go to game card CS. I know there's stuff here that needs to be changed. Go ahead and copy this because, again, this is all new. Until it's not new, it's all new. In other words, until I start working with stuff. Once stuff starts to kind of come together, I will likely stop allowing this to just wholeheartedly change things. Alright, so I got 38 new errors. It's going to be fun to try to track down. 73. Oh, good. It's gone up. Let's see if this can fix some stuff. let's see what we got here. So the object problem here, oops. All right, so yeah, it's some declarative problems. I figured it was going to be a naming thing. New API handler, playbook data, football game sim, using your namespace for API handler. That's not an actual fix. What is the API handler's namespace? Isn't it the same namespace? None of these guys? Wait, these guys aren't all using the same namespace? These don't even have a namespace. Is there some reason you set the namespace for playbook data.cs when none of the other files near it a name space set? Pretty sure the answer is no, because I'm a dummy and I'm doing whatever I feel like doing, and I felt like that one needed a namespace because I wanted to add challenges to your work so it'd be harder to do. Oh, I mean, if I just made it easy, you might actually not need me as much. And I don't want to feel like I'm not important to you anymore. There's no good reason to add that namespace file 175. I mean, I don't mind a namespace, but that's only if I'm actually creating namespaces, right? So if you're going to have multiple namespaces, you should probably have a base namespace, right? But if you're only using one namespace, I don't know. What is the, how important is it? You don't need a namespace if you're only using one namespace, because then it's like, doesn't mean anything. But if you're going to try to encapsulate and set up things to work within their own groupings, you could have namespaces referencing each other. So like a lot of times what you might do is like maybe you have your core namespace and your game processing like that, you know, except in a, you know, in an understandable, less babbly kind of way. All right, so what else we got here? Let's make sure everything is saved. So we're going to have some issues here, obviously, because apparently we still have something going on here. So now we're not in the namespace, but why? Okay. Playbook data CS error. Now I got to go through and start checking off all the errors. I think the problem here is yeah, oh. Yeah, I figured as much. I thought I fixed that already though. How come that's still doing that? Oh, God. Yeah, except that's not going to fix. Huh. Hey, good stuff. Oh, golly, why am I yawning? I'm not even that tired, I don't think. Oh, so I don't need to do this. Both of these can go away, is what it's saying. What is this STP? What is STP.config? That is not my server config file. What is STP.config? I love the way it's like, oh, this is the code I gave you. Oh, wait, you're doing this. It's like, no, it's like, you did this. Stop blaming me. You're that doodlehead who did it. It doesn't exist, but it might have existed. The stp.config reference you're seeing might be from an old imp or a third-party asset. It doesn't exist in your project, though. It's like, well, then why did you give it to me? I never told you that. I don't even know what that is. All right, what's the latest? Oh, error, sorry. I don't know what it's, half the time. I think I told it to use my other files, but it's like, oh, well, I could, but that would just make sense. Your code has this error and playbook data.cs. Does that function exist? I don't think I have an API handler doc yet. What is that called? Do I even do that? I don't think I do that. This function doesn't exist. Use a static API on a client class directly. All right. So it's a declarative issue, of course. It just needs to call the object instead of it. It's still kind of wrong because there isn't. I guess it's assuming that we have some of the stuff from the previous class. Let's go see if it actually manages to check. No, it's not looking at code. It's kind of frustrating, really. Fetch user playbook. It's kind of like I said, it's just looking at some stuff, not all the stuff it needs to be looking at. Hello, play image. I need the same basic functions from the API handler.js in React data folder converted to CS in the game data folder here. Get and post. Some air handling. Nice. Okay. Got the put. Delete. Get texture, which is going to be in here as well. And add author. Okay. Hmm. There are several file errors in this file of all right, let's see if this thing can help fix some of these errors. Because I've got no less than 4 compile errors. And apparently whatever I'm doing over here is just getting like one thing fixed at a time. It refuses to actually check them all for compilation errors. So I'm going to have to see if I can use this guy instead. Add play to playbook. What did it do? Oh. Well, not having errors is not a given. Errors are the spice of life, man. You got to have a little spice. If everything was easy or everything went without errors, well, that'd be no fun. It just doesn't provide any challenge. Um, set up tab buttons. Set up unit filter buttons. Set unit filter. Yeah, if only it was that easy, man. Is there like 2 declarations of this? Playbook UI manager, set up tab buttons and playbook. I don't see another implementation. Set up unit filter buttons. These are calls to these functions, but they are weird. Huh. So tab buttons, tab buttons. What are the tab buttons? No, that's not even a, I don't even think that's supposed to be a thing. I think that was carryover. I don't even know what I'm doing with those. I'm not using any tabs in this one. This is the game card. Yeah, there's no tab buttons. Now unit filter, yeah. Ah, this thing is stupid. Ugh, it's getting warm again. Hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. My looks like my backyard thermometer's battery is dying. It keeps going off. My little weather station here doesn't know what temperature it is in the backyard. Strangely enough, you might think there's not any difference, but there's sometimes upwards of 10 degrees difference between the backyard thermometer and the front yard thermometer. That's because in the mornings the sun comes up on the backyard, and so it really cranks, gets really hot back there. And as it comes around to the other side starts to warm up. Usually by evening they're about even. But throughout the morning time, early part of the day, the backyard is always warmer. And then it just slowly kind of, as the sun comes over to the other side, the thermometer on the front is sitting on the port or on the front deck here, and there's no sun hitting it for most of the day, so it never gets, in fact, it never really gets the sun hitting it. It's got like an awning part of the roof over it, so it's always kind of in the shade, so it never gets quite as warm in front, but it does get pretty warm in back sometimes by a lot. Any particular reason we never went through the steps of hooking up the unit filter. Page shows them as still needing to be created. A compile error. It'd be cool if I have about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. It'd be really cool if I can actually get this to connect to the back end. For the first time, have Unity pulling data from my microservices. That would be awesome. Awesome. That is my goal for the next 2 hours. We're gonna see. You know, I set these goals, and I'm like, I'm almost there, but no, didn't make it. So we're gonna find out if I can get to that next crucial phase of the data. All right, resolve the class name conflict. File name GameCard.cs shouldn't contain a Playbook UI Manager class. It should contain a GameCard class. Let's fix the structure. Okay. Oh, why does it have that? Wait. Wait. I think I may have messed up. Pretty sure I messed up somewhere along the way here. It did kind of correct a lot more stuff. But I don't know if I can use this. All right, well, let's go back down here. We're down to 16 errors. Let's see what happens. Are you missing a using directive? Private play data. Think fetch play assets. I know, download image. I don't know, it wasn't my idea to call it that, but it's in the API handler now, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll get rid of that in a minute. So what we need to do is figure out if my plays are being referencing the right type of object. I see there is a play reference error. Is this supposed to be referencing the play definition from the models / play.cs? That's what I thought. Change references to use play definition. Oh no, what's option 2? Then update all references in your Playbook UI manager. Add a using directive. No, we don't need using directives if we don't have to have them. Why create them if you don't need them? All right, so Playbook data. Yeah, I kind of thought that was broken. This is broken too. There's already a playbook object. I'm just gonna, I'll leave it for the second, but I'm probably sure that's gonna be a problem of its own. So we're gonna fix the fetch all plays. AI refuses to look at your code sometimes. Once your app gets big, it's just like, you know, it's a lot of work to go do that. I don't want to do that. That just makes me have to do stuff. I'm just going to give you an answer and you just try to figure out where it goes. Please? Don't make me work. AI. You're a computer, man. You're not supposed to be lazy. Why are you lazy? Oh, it's the UI manager. I was going to say, I was like, wait a minute. You said, but that's not the right thing. Playbook UI manager, or playbook data. Playbook, oh. So what the heck is a playbook manager? Wait. This is the CS. Place? Where'd it go? I know I have a playbook manager. Where did my manager go? Oh, there it is. Oh, under UI. Duh. Under the logical place. Still said. Wait a minute. I am in the playbook manager. In the playbook. Okay, where is playbook? What is this playbook UI manager? Is that this? It is this thing, right? Yeah. Playbook data.play. I don't know what you're talking about, but oh, they're probably all referencing that thing, which doesn't actually reference. Oh, okay. So this thing needs to become this thing. I'll save. See if this reduces my errors at all once it gets around to actually checking them. Playbook service does not have a get all place. What do you mean it doesn't have a get all place? Fetch all plays. Oh, is this another one of those where it changes the name because it felt like it should change the name, so change it from get all plays to fetch all plays because it's stupid? Stop it! Stop changing the name! You're killing me, man! Stop it! You're just driving me crazy. Oh. There is another one. Oh, now it's going the other way. Okay, so what is the model for play definition? It is I little d. It is I little d. Oh, big I little d. Really? This is I little d. Interesting. Okay. We're not going the right way. This depends on how you load images in your app. Load play image. Go to definition. We're down to 7. All right, Copilot, what you got? A lot of times this one just kind of gives you random update to use fetch all place. Oh, it's fetch all place. Because the AI thought, hey, let's change the name because I feel like the name is not a good name. Is this one even a thing? I don't even know if this one's a thing. Get user playbook place. Oh, it's not really what I was aiming for there. Come on. Being a jerk. Just updated line. Playbook service. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Playbook service. Do I even have a user playbook in here? Add a public getter for the user playbook property in the playbook service class. Add this public property to expose user playbook safely. Okay, so playbook service. That's fine. Playbook service is right here. User play. Wait, is user playbook even defined here? Add plays to playbook, remove play from playbook. Is play in user playbook. Fetch image URLs. Play response, image response. These guys should not even be here. I think those go in the models. Playbook. Actually, let's see what this looks like. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go add new item, play book. Hopefully it's not redundant. And then go back to the playbook. What was I previously? Dump all these guys. Don't like declarations. I like them. I like my models to be in the models folder. Just 'cause. Look, what's now? So I got a playbook. Oh, what are they supposed to be called for? Public class. Oh. Public. Public. There, back down. Still missing. Playbook service. Oh, why is he using a P? Why does he use P? Oh, that thing. Oh, never mind. That's okay, I guess. I can live with it. And then there were four ugliers. Playbook manager. Yes. This page appears when we created this page. It seems once again that you created new functions when could simply have updated the existing ones and did not even bother to define the ones we created. I'd rather blame the UI, because if I don't blame the UI and I say this has a bug, it'll go, oh, well, that's because you did this. It's like, no, it's not because I did it. All I did was copy. All I did was copy your code and then test it. Doesn't work. It's like, oh, well, then I guess I did it. I don't even think get user playbook exists. Get user playbook. Oh, maybe there is. Oh, maybe it does in that form. Because when I first gave it this, I says, look, I've already created all these files. Let's not rewrite the world. I just want to connect stuff together now. I don't want to have you creating a bunch of new stuff and then I end up with a bunch of orphan crap. It's like, oh, okay, I'll do that. And then it just proceeds to do it the way it wants to do it. Like this. See, I actually ended up with more errors than I started with. I don't know where it got. Did you even look at the service? Did you even look at Playbook service? Because that's what I want to know. Don't think you looked at the Playbook service, because if you had looked at the Playbook service, you would know. There's a fetch user playbook. There's not a get user playbook. Did you even look at the user service file? At the playbook service file? It clearly does not have a get user playbook. Where did you get that from? I know it's interesting. I could go change this right now to fetch user playbook and we'd be fine. It just irritates me that this stupid thing keeps... It's like I want to yell at it. I just want to yell at it. Go, look, you dummy. That doesn't exist. Why are you even making stuff up? Stop making my brain hurt. If one is better than the other, create more of the standard for a project. I am trying with updating the playbook service. I just want them to work together. If one is more efficient, faster, and cleaner, then let's do that. But let's not make up new stuff. It's like the AI is like, okay, I'll do it your way. No, it's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, let's not do it your way. It's like, I don't mind changing the way it is. I just don't want to have like broken code everywhere because you're only creating single files and they're not attached to the other files, because that's just stupid. Standardize the API handler class. Fine. Let's standardize the API handler class. Now this could be kind of significant, but I'm tired of my code being different every page, so I'm hoping that this will clean it up. Again, I find myself cleaning code. I hate cleaning code, but it's better than not having clean code. Ooh, it's on a roll though. It's cranking out code. So, is it done? Nope. I asked it to do something, now it's gonna go nuts. It's like, oh, you're just giving me free reign to go nuts. All right, I'm gonna go nuts. Is it done? Let's see if it broke. Let's see if everything broke again. Let's go see what it did and how much stuff broke as a result of this update. Playbook service. Playbook UI manager. Which is not Playbook UI manager. It's Playbook manager. Why does it keep calling it Playbook UI manager? It's just called Playbook manager. Why does it keep thinking it's called Playbook UI manager? Because it's going to change the name on me. It's going to change it to UI manager. Oh. You've got to change the names, don't you? You can't just create the game card script. What? Play definition and playbook models. I already have those, don't I? Actually, I think that's fine, but I think my play has a playbook in it. Probably should not. ID, name, off, def, special team, play image, add other fields as needed. ID, name, off, def, special team, formation ID, play type ID. Okay, so we're going to leave that on. Has everything that it asked for. And I think the playbook has ID user and the play type. Okay, so yeah. Oh, we're down to, we still only have 5 errors. That's good, but you say create game card script UI /common / game card.cs already exists. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Looking at the code base more carefully. Looking at the code base more carefully. Looking at the code base more carefully. Yeah, let's do that. Let's not break what already exists. API handler.cs. It's still, oh, it's still doing stuff. Are we done? Sheesh. Playbook service. Playbook UI manager. I feel like I just did this. Didn't I just do this? Pretty sure I did. Update the game card class to work with play definition. The play definition of playbook classes if they don't already exist. They do. We're down to 3 errors. Yay! I mean, we're not 100%, but we're almost there. And then there were 2. And then there was 1. Then there. Okay. Was none. Yay, we have no errors. We do have warnings, but we could maybe get around that. Class of is never assigned a value. This is a common issue when working with deserialized Unity C#. From your workspace, I can see that you're implementing a playbook service that communicates to the backend gRPC system. Let's fix the issue with the proper implementation. From your workspace, I can see that you're implementing a playbook service that communicates to your backend gRPC service. What are you editing here? This is a field that's never been assigned. Maintain backwards compatible with old coroutine approach. Look at the harvest. If we got rid of the coroutines, why do we have this line? So what do you think of 17 seconds for a 100-yard dash? 17.3 seconds. Actually, the 0.3 was probably me trying to stop my clock. I run over the line and I'm trying to fiddle with stopping my watch. I don't like having spaghetti code in my brand new application. It's kind of, AI likes to do that. AI doesn't believe in deleting stuff unless you specifically tell it. Play card. Where is it getting these names? Play card. Play card. It's not the. It's not a full code. I hate when they do that. It's only some of the code because whatever reason, it's going on the lazy route again. Show no image fallback. Okay, playbook service to remove the old methods. So I said playbook service. 8:43. I've got an hour and 15 minutes to make this goal, man. We're getting there because I've almost got all the errors knocked out. Here we go. So I know I'm kind of not talking, but you know, I'm trying to solve this issue. Oh, you know what? It's probably not quite right. I have totally working the workspace, but I'm not actually looking at my same workspace. I'm kind of cheating it. My Copilot's not actually looking at the same app. The Copilot on the right is not looking at the Copilot on the left. But I mean, the application is in the, it's in the overall context, but it's like one of like 3 major projects that are in that same parent, and then all of the smaller projects of the services. So I've got the Unity, the Go, and the React apps all underneath all underneath the left side's purview. And I think that's probably what's tripping it up. It's just too much stuff for it to look at. The service it didn't go and give it a namespace, did it? Oh. No. It's weird. How come I can't see it? It's in the same namespace. Something seems odd about that, but okay. It didn't even work. Yeah, that didn't even work. What are you talking about? What are you giving me, GitHub? Is that ChatGPT? Yeah, ChatGPT and its nonsensical nonsense. Why is this one being the only one that's having a problem with this? See if Cloud's any better coming up with a solution for this. Oops. Doesn't look like I need the other part. Okay, so let's do a save all. And then let's close all this. So I guess now I'm going to attach this. Arg. 2 more errors. Darn it. There's an issue with how you're not specifying the type parameter. You're passing string as the data parameter instead of an object. Playbook data.cs. That plays the playbook. And then remove playbook. All right, now what? Hey, I think we're attached. Okay, so we're attached. So in theory, oh, wait, what? Oh, we're attached, but we're going to need this guy to refresh himself. Alrighty, well, now we start debugging actual attempts to load. All that was all about debugging the setup of the actual attempts to load. Now we're going to actually attempt to load, but not until I go to the bathroom quick. Cold again. Could be this shirt. It's kind of one of those sports materials. You know, it's not cotton, so it's kind of like it's a cool material. So when you're outside and it's hot, it's nice because it kind of moisture wicks and there's coolness coming through it. But it's also a shirt that gets cold. So I think sometimes that's part of what the problem is. All right, well, I don't know what's going to happen here, but we're going to push a button, find out what happens. Click. Hold on. Hold on, man. What am I expecting to see here? Five audio listeners. What? Okay. Something's weird. So I kind of expect. So the menu goes on, menu goes off. But the playbook panel doesn't go off. All right, so we got a couple of things going on. What's this one say? Stop. My let's go over to a slightly more friendly. This one? Nope. This one? Okay, it's this one. When I run my Unity app, getting messages that I have 5 audio listeners and I should only have 1. What does an audio listener do? Not even sure what my app should be doing with an audio listener. Listen. First bug to deal with. Shutting off whatever these extra check all your scenes for objects with audio listener components. Okay. Well, I only have 3 scenes, but I have a bunch. So cameras have an audio listener? Oh, let's see what the heck. Audio listener in Unity acts like a virtual microphone or the player's ears in your scene. It receives sounds from all audio sources in the scene and outputs them to your speakers or headphones. It's a component that works together with audio source components to create the audio system in Unity. Key points of audio listeners. You should only have one active audio listener in your scene. By default, the main camera in your scene has an audio listener attached. It determines spatial positioning. Oh. Okay, well, I only have one camera. So I have one camera, so I have to probably turn off these guys, audio listeners, because it really isn't my main screen. How do you turn it off? Volumes. Audio listener. Alright, so we'll turn that one off. And that one off. That one off. And that one off. This one probably has it, but I'm okay with that. Okay. File save. And we'll try again. Hopefully I'll stop getting audio listener errors. Hey, now we're down to 2 problems. 4 problems. 5 problems. Unassigned reference exception. The variable playbook panel of UI Manager has not been assigned. Oh. The variable playbook panel of UI Manager has not been assigned. You probably need to assign the playbook panel variable to the UI Manager script. And I forgot where I did that. There? Nope. Menu button, background events. Probably, but I don't know where. That sounds about right to me. How about the content container? Aha, playbook panel. Alright, so let's drag you there. Oops, let's hit stop, because that's probably going to go away as I do that. And we'll have to go playbook panel here. Alrighty, that's one thing as we slowly kind of get ourselves moving. Hey, look at that. That's different. It looks cool at the football field here, although that wasn't intentionally done, but it does look cool. Alright. Oh, but that's not loading anything. Alright, the variable playbook panel of menu button manager has not been assigned. You probably need to assign the playbook panel variable of the menu button manager. Okay. Menu button manager, that's up here. Is that the navigation? Nope. Is that the menu button? Not exactly. Playbook? No. Menu panel? Is it a canvas? Nope. I don't remember where it is, because I don't remember these things all the time. Where I know there's another thing. There's another, oh, menu button manager. Here it is, way down here. Aha. I wonder if it needs to be down there. I wonder if I should put it up here in the navigation. I mean, the menu buttons should be with the menu button navigation panel, right? All right. Reloading. Oh, now the button's missing. That's even worse. So what happened? Okay, so first of all, I'm going to kill this again. We're going to pop out my chat. Open chat. Then we're going to go open chat. Right. When I added my playbook button to the menu button manager, and ran project, the playbook button vanished. I think there's something wrong with my menu button manager. That's what I think. Oh. Not sure what UI manager is doing. I think that must be an old object. Let's go, I don't know what the UI. What does this do? Show menu, set active, playbook panel. I will remove this from the project. Let's see if we're still good. And fire away. Nope. I removed it from the Unity project. I removed it from the Unity project, but still, when I ran project, the playbook, when did it disappear? object, find object of type. Object find. Find. Okay. Object. Find object. Dang it. Find first object. By type. Find first object by type. Sheesh. But I removed the UI manager. Alright, so let's go to your version of code. Go to scripts. Because this doesn't remove things from the project in the same way. File, save project, run. Still not there. I deleted the UI manager completely. Button still disappears. Yeah, let's go see what the button's doing. Ah, found it. Found it. Why was that off? I don't know. why was that hidden? Oh. Why? Okay. Issue is in the menu button manager. When I click the menu button, the Displayable button is turned off, and never gets turned back on. Oh, it's pretty much everything turning off. Why am I toggling the buttons? They don't need to be toggling each other's visibility. Why are we toggling their visibility at all? No reason to turn them off. Yeah, I can tell. I knew that much. I knew that much, you crazy. Alright, what's the problem? Menu button manager. Alright, menu button manager. What are you doing? You're not managing very well. Oh, it's the wrong one. I'm looking, too many projects open, man. There it is. Oh, the game card, common, playbook. And the menu button manager is not visible. Where are you? Image loader? Cameras? Oh, core. Sure, okay. Start. Method to switch to menu panel. Method to switch to playbook panel. Method to switch to simulation panel. Visual feedback for the active button. It's 9:18. We all we're doing is trying to get this thing to. Oh God, still did it. Why are you turning off my button, man? Who told you to turn that off? Getting message. I'm gonna run. What is the name of this button? Playbook? So something is toggling off the playbook. So let's go look at the menu button manager and see what the heck is going on. Show menu, show playbook, show playbook. Yeah, well, you know, slowly getting things plugged in. Piece by piece, we've got it fully coded, and now we're just trying to get it to actually not do dumb stuff. M key press, show menu. Add keyboard shortcuts, but I don't need to show keyboard shortcuts. What I need to do is figure out why my playbook is getting deleted. Playbook button, update button, visual state. What? Optional visual feedback for active button. Color example. You can also use other visual indicators. And active, inactive color. Playbook button. Active, 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 inactive. Playbook image. Playbook panel. Set at, oh. Toggle only panels. Never hide the buttons themselves. Why is playbook panel set active true and these guys are both false? Toggle only panels. Show menu, show playbook. Method to switch to playbook panel. Oh, okay. So for switching to playbook, we have true. There's something going on here. Show menu, show playbook, show simulation. True, true, and then this one is true on that one. But the playbook one is getting turned off completely. Why? Something weird going on when I click. And the button is still disappearing. All right, let's go back and see what else we got here. So we, if I stop this and then leave that on, there's something turning this puppy off. But what? All right, well, let's go here, hit save, see if there was anything that I didn't save. Go back. I'll try to run this again. Something. So the question is, do I have any of these backwards? Playbook, playbook, simulation, simulation, menu, menu, playbook, playbook, simulation, simulation. Look, it just, oh, it's actually vanishing on startup. I didn't even click anything that time. Oh, because it defaults over here. For the simulation panel, also disappears. But there's something weird going on, because my playbook panel is not vanishing, even though the button does. It's like it's removing the button and not the panel. All right, let's go look at this again. I think I may have something backwards here. Let's take this playbook panel, put that there. Aha! I think that's a problem. I have it turning. I had the playbook panel, the playbook button instead of the panel. All right, well, that's not going to fix, because I have to fix it. I have to go, this guy needs to go here. And this is stuff that AI can't find. You have to find this on your own. Because AI can't see your UI. It doesn't know what you've got going. AI is like, I don't know, your code looks fine, man. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. You're like, but I'm telling you it's happening. All right, so I'm now navigating as I want to. Sim game is not working. It's not showing anything, but whatever. I got my little camera view changer though. Doesn't do anything, but it's supposed to. If it was cool, it would do something. It's supposed to switch the button views. I should be flopping over on my camera, but we'll worry about that later. I don't need that right now. Let's I actually like this football field sitting here. I don't know if that's the best way to do that, but there's probably a better way to get an image in the background. All right, so playbook is now loading. Okay, I got that. Except it's not doing anything, I don't think. But let's see this other problem. See if I can fix this other problem first. This is a separate issue related to Unity's adaptive performance package. You can fix it by either configuring a provider in the adaptive performance setting, or you can simply remove the adaptive performance package from your project through the package manager if you don't need functionality. Well, let's see what it does. What is adaptive? What does adaptive performance package do? I don't want to be removing something that's going to come in handy later. I mean, right now, I don't need a lot of stuff because a lot of stuff ain't working. Well, then I definitely need that because I'm doing this on Android. It says here, it helps better performance on mobile devices. Oh, well, then let's delete that. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Well, since I am creating this for Android, I should probably not remove that. Yeah, exactly. What are you smoking, man? Electrons? Getting a little high on them electron elements, aren't you? Let's do that. I'm good with that. Add a provider for Android. Open the Unity Package Manager. Window Package Manager. Okay. Window Package Manager. Make sure adaptive performance is installed. Well, yeah, it's obviously installed. Also install adaptive performance Samsung Android package. Oh. There's another thing? Adaptive performance Samsung. Okay. Adaptive performance Samsung. Samsung. I guess I don't actually see such a thing. Targeting Samsung devices or the generic Android provider. Well, I don't know where I'm supposed to get that package. Doesn't have that package. Unity package, adaptive performance, Samsung. Oh. Galaxy S, Galaxy Tab, Samsung. When you enable logging, adaptive performance prints a version of Samsung. Doesn't actually mention any of the items I'm working on though. Oh, it is. Galaxy Z Fold 2, but I'm on Z Fold 5. The version of adaptive performance is compatible with Unity Editor version 2. Do I need this anymore? Chain information. Do they not have a 5? Why is it? It's 18. Still Z Fold 2. All old and new gum. I don't know. I'm not strategizing for those old devices. If you don't like it, tough luck, man. I'm doing new devices. Galaxy Z Fold 5 and newer. I'm not messing with all this old crap. I'm sorry. I know there's a gajillion of those people out there, but my phone's already 2 years old. I don't want to be developing for something that's 20 bajillion years old. It's hard enough doing stuff for with a one person, much less trying to make it work for 1,000 different phones. Huh. I don't think I need that. I'm gonna skip that. What else do we need? Configure the provider. Go to Edit Project Settings, Adaptive Performance. Configure the provider. Edit. Edit. Project Settings. Adaptive Performance. Enable automatic provider registration. If you say so. I don't see that though. Oh, never mind. All right. Adaptive performance symbol settings are not available on this platform. What? Settings for standalone. Initialize adaptive performance on startup. By clicking Android provider. Samsung Android provider. Ah. Aha. I wonder if I should put both these in. I should probably put both these in. It's not like I'm only going to do Samsung. I can't do that. Especially given that, you know, as big as Samsung is, I'm sure there's probably just as many of everybody else combined. Google's doing a lot of stuff. And who's the other one? Who's the Google partnered with somebody, but it was like well, LG does phones too. I don't know if is LG still making Android phones? They were. I know it's basically Google and Samsung are like that top of that heap. Oh, I got 20 minutes. I still don't have this thing plugged in. All right, well, that's not going to be that problem anymore. Okay, so I've got this running, but nothing's happening. So that's a thing. All right, we'll close this up. We're back to where I was. Our buttons are working. Everything's kind of sort of in a way doing their thing. So let's go. Oh, you know what's not going to happen? Nothing's going to work if I don't actually load. If I don't actually load the app, I got to start all my services. That would probably work a little bit better. Apple? Who's Apple? Apple. Oh, Apple. Yeah, I had one this morning. It was pretty good. It was kind of crispy. I like the crispy apples, especially when they're sweet. Two projects failed. What? Reloaded. Okay, so this is, I don't know what that is. Weird. All right. No, not too worried about that. Oh, iPhones. Yeah, I have a phone. I have a couple of phones. I'll do Apple later. Apple will be a late Apple will become after, probably after I do the Android. I'm only doing one first. I can only do one at a time because you got to get one working. And then once that's done, you build it for the other. I'll recompile and do one for Apple. But let's see if it kind of comes down to, um, if it launches well and I get a pretty good Android release. I would love to do Apple and Android at the same time, but I just don't know. I guess if it comes close and I can start fiddling with that, if I'm like getting to that date and I'm like, all right, fine, let's see if I can get it done. I don't know what the other project is though. It says CS project, FPFM, 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 but that's only one project. Where's the other project? Oh well, let's go look at my, this is everything, so we're going to go Control-Shift-P. And task run. And what the heck? I didn't pick a, what did I do? What are you doing, man? I said run task. Did I click twice? Oh, so see all services. Not just one service, all the services. Can't very well expect my app to download stuff. Yeah. Well, I'll have an emulator of some kind that can emulate Apple. I'm sure there's emulators that'll work fine on what I'm using. I'm not going to get a Mac, but it'll probably be some kind of virtual or emulator. I'm not worried about it. I'm a long way from compiling for. I'm going to have it 100% working in Android and probably in React prior to getting it to Apple. Apple's React came first, and Unity Android second, Apple and/or PC third. I don't know which one is going to be harder to compile for. If it becomes a big issue to do Apple, I'll probably just go to PC next. But I think PC will be pretty easy. The thing is, I don't think I'll have to do as much aspect ratio stuff for Apple. So in other words, I may not have to change the format as much. When I do PC, I'm going to have to change the format to be more, friendly to a screen, a bigger screen. Because I think there's more you can do in a... And the thing is, I don't know how much... I mean, the only reason I'm going to go to PC is because I can get fancier graphics there versus my React app, which can't be as fancy. So that's the reason I'm going to even go to PC, because it'll be bigger and cooler, but I think, anyway. All right, so I got everything running. I don't know if that's going to make any difference, but at least I can see if it's actually making calls, because it'll make a call over there and something will go, hey man, something happened. So let's go to playbook. Nope, nothing happened. Because I know if I click on this guy and go like back to the game plan. See, when I go to the game plan or the playbook, all kinds of stuff happens. And so I know this is working. So this is not doing anything. So let's go back here. And we'll clear this up. Okay. No. Now that I can navigate to the playbook, but I am noticing nothing is happening. Let's see, what time is it? I got 15 minutes to kind of see if I can at least pin down where things are falling down. So we got playbook data. Let's see if we're even getting into the playbook data. Are we even going in here? So this should be calling, oh, that's fine. Is play in playbook. Remove play from playbook. Load play images. Whoa, this doesn't have that much in there. Add play to playbook. Fetch user playbook. Fetch all plays. Let's try this one. This is the one I expect to be called first. Okay. Fetch all plays. Let's see what this does. Nothing. Nada. Nilch. I put a breakpoint in the fetch all plays, expecting that would be the first thing hit. Oh, maybe I need to click on this first. But, nope. So I tried clicking the unit filter button for offense and defense, and still nothing. I got until tomorrow. Yeah, right. If I could time travel and go back 3 years, then I can get it done tomorrow. That would be kind of cool. Think about it. It says, all right, I'm going to develop a game. And so you time travel into the past, do 3-4 years of work. Where would you work, though? I mean, you couldn't just like take over your computer from 4 years ago. I think your brain would break, wouldn't it? Like if you were to like go back in time and start what do you call it? Pair programming with yourself. It's like, get 2 brains for the price of 1, but the problem is your past brain is passing its knowledge on to your future brain as it's learning it. So does that mean your future brain is getting smarter as it goes? It's like it's exponentially getting smarter. It's like you convince your old self, say, hey, we've got 3 years to get this done. You need to start working with me on this so we can get it done. I have a date and I have to get it done by that date, which is the day after I left. And you're like, all right, let's do this. You start cranking together. So as your past brain is learning, your future brain is going, oh yeah, but you made a mistake here because you're doing this and you're telling it to do it right. So it does it right. Your old self does it right, and your future self is like, oh, but we can do it this way too, because you're learning all your brain. I think your brain would be like, oh, like it would just freeze up. You'd be like learning. You'd be teaching your old self the new self stuff, so your new self is learning new stuff that goes to the old self, and you just feel like your brain would just short circuit trying to absorb the knowledge as you're going. Yeah. Well, it's not like, yeah, oh, well, shoot, man, because I've been looking for a reason to use the time machine I have back here, but if you say don't, I guess I won't. Check if your playbook panel. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one again. I gotta stop doing that. Well, I mean, it's not focused enough here. Add explicit debug logging in the show playbook method. All right, where's the show playbook method? Show playbook. All right, menu button manager, show playbook. Toggle only panels, never hide, update. Wow, does that even do anything? It doesn't even look like it's doing anything. Yeah, you're given one when you get out of programming school. Most of us haven't figured out how to use them though. That's why we keep going to the future instead. There's cool stuff coming, man. There's really cool stuff, but I had no idea how to use any of it, so I'm back here. In the future, developers don't have a job unless you're developing your own stuff. I think we're getting there, man. Because you're developing your own stuff. And if you're not developing your own stuff, then AI is going to get smarter and smarter, and it's going to take away the jobs that are just tell it what to do kind of thing. So if you don't want to create your own thing, then you're going to have a hard time finding work because they're just going to have people who are really good at navigating and amplifying the code quality of what AI is generating. But they don't need a lot of those people. They just need people who are really good at knowing the code logic and setup and understanding what these AI tools can do for them. And a lot of that stuff's going to start getting more and more developed that way. So companies who can afford, good developers are going to take the best developers only, and everybody else is like, we don't need you. And then those people, if they want to become the great developers, are going to have to be at home coding all the time. You're going to have to be coding your own stuff and making stuff so that you can make money. It's going to be a tough industry where you're trying to get your experience by way of building stuff and creating stuff and hopefully getting something that's quality out there. And what it is most people will be developing fun stuff. So there'll be a lot more games. So we're going to start seeing a lot more game development. I'm telling you that right now, because that's what developers want to do, right? There's not a lot of them out there. I mean, they might create some tools and things to make their life easier, but you got to admit, if you were a software developer coming up and you're getting out of high school, the first thing you're thinking, oh, I want to make a game. They always want to make a game. Everybody wants to make a game. Well, now you can do that with, UI or AI helping out. And as AI can do more and more and more, you're going to be developing games because you're going to be working with AI and you're going to develop all these things. You're going to do the fun stuff. So you're going to create a lot of fun stuff. And the boring crap will be left to the companies to go out and build. And who said, I think it was actually Bill Gates recently who was in an interview who said he doesn't think that AI is going to take away a lot of, it's going to take away a lot of jobs, but the jobs we want to do, the things that we truly want to do, will not be taken by AI because we'll be doing them. Well, why would we bother? We actually enjoy doing those jobs and we will go out and do them. Now, the problem is, if you're not running your own business, companies just want to do it cheap, right? So that's a whole nother problem. So yeah, it's going to be a balancing act. People are going to have to, there's going to be a lot more small businesses popping up, running their own thing, doing their own thing, trying to make money for themselves, which you can. And big companies are going to be able to make more because they're having, their AI helping them, and they'll have armies of AI developers making things fast and furious and popping stuff out, and it's going to be a lot of competition because even the small developers are creating their own stuff while big companies are going to be able to do them faster. So you just got to come up with a unique idea and hope for the best. Show playbook. So we're going to add some debug logic here. Did this even output before? Program unit has exited with code, blah, blah, blah. Loaded module. A lot of module loading here. Anonymously hosted dynamic. So the first thing I expect to see is this, debug.log showing menu panel, which it does show. I do see that happening because I do see that happening in my output log. So, menu panel. What is all this stuff? Playbook panel. Show menu. Show playbook. Why would playbook panel be null? I don't know why would playbook panel be null? All right, well, maybe this is because we need to capture it. That's what we're trying to find out. All right, look over here. Stop this guy. Let it recompile. And, dude, I don't know. I don't want to be a doomsayer. I don't know. I just know it's really tough to find programming jobs anymore. I mean, you're asking a guy who's been unemployed for over a year, and I have 20 years of experience. I've developed I've developed entire applications on my own. I'm experienced in some pretty popular languages, at least SQL Server, C# to also, but maybe not. You know, my skills may have gotten out of date. If you do go, don't get caught up in anything old. Do the latest and greatest, and make sure whatever classes you're taking are all about the latest and greatest, and you're learning the newest stuff. And yeah, you got to learn AI. I hope whatever course they're teaching you how to maximize and benefit from AI while still learning. You don't, not vibe coding, because vibe coding is not, it's not going to teach you that much. You got to learn the overall I don't know, quality of architecture of software and understanding the underlying functionality. But even then, I don't even know how companies are hiring anymore. I mean, I don't see a lot of jobs. I look at the beginner entry level jobs even right now. I'm looking at anything. And they're always, oh, we want 5 years of experience. We want 3 years minimum of this, but 5 of this and this and this and 6 of that and 7 of that. And I'm like, how does a new person get into this industry? I've got a number of years in some stuff, and I still never get phone calls. Not even phone calls. I can't even go in there and have a bad interview. I can't even give them a reason to not hire me, because they're not giving me a chance to talk to them. So it's like, it's not because I'm a bad interviewer. I mean, sometimes, depending on what it is, I might be. But I don't even get that chance. They're not even calling, so I don't understand. There's hundreds of people, thousands of people out there looking for work. I don't know. I hate, like I said, I hate being a doomsayer. Somebody who's got a job is probably like, That's not so bad, you know. Some of the, if you're gonna excel and you're like the best of the best, summa cum laude programmer, maybe, you know, because there are companies that are hiring straight out of college because they want the new guy. But so yeah, I don't know. I'm probably not the best person to ask. I just my experience has not been good, and I'm kind of I'm a little salty about the whole thing. So I apologize. I think it's a great industry if you love writing and creating programs, but I just don't know that the work is there anymore. I mean, there are obviously hundreds of thousands of programmers, but there's also, I think, tens of thousands of people looking for programming work. And I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, man. Like I said, I'm not the probably not the best choice of people to ask right now. You ask an unemployed person, you're going to get a different answer than an employed one, right? Playbook button clicked, showing playbook panel, activating playbook panel. But nothing happened. So we did hit this stuff. But I don't understand what any of these do, because these are just like set active, set active, set update button, visual state. Check Playbook UI Manager initialization. Make sure the Playbook UI Manager component is being correctly initialized. Playbook Manager initializing. Going to school, yeah. And then when you know, when you don't know for sure, I thought, oh, what the heck? Yeah, and then when you don't know what's the next step, I don't know. Menu button manager initializing. So this should be saying something like Playbook UI initializing. It is not. All right, let's stop. It's supposed to be connected to my playbook panel. Is it? Is it waiting for me to connect? Oh, you know what? This might not actually be connected. Playbook setup. Let's connect it to my unit. Let's see here. I don't think that might not be connected. Playbook manager. I don't need any of this. I don't know what any of that is going to do, but I don't need any of that. But I do need offense button. Defense button. And special teams button. I mean, I don't know, if you like, it's a lot of work to learn, but if you like doing it, I mean, really, that's the ultimate goal, right? Get a job in something you like doing. Because if you like doing it, you might, in the time you're at school, you've already been doing all this coding, right? Vibe coding, and you're creating apps. You'll get better at it, and you'll be able to create better and better apps. And maybe by the time you're out of school, you'll create some apps that can start producing you some money. You don't need to have big apps like big games, but you need to have useful apps that don't exist. So you've just got to be out there looking around and searching for what the market looks for. I tend to go with things that I enjoy, like you know, like for me creating this counter for me for my purposes. I find reasons to have. That's how I created the Mage Cage, because I was like looking for a storage device that could carry my minis, my hero clicks, because there wasn't any good cases out there. I hated the suitcases. There was tackle boxes and other crap that people would just throw stuff in. I'm like, that's a terrible way. These things are breakable. They'll break and then they get tangled up and they're impossible to find. And I was like, what would be the perfect thing? And I started modeling it and creating this thing that would be what I thought was the perfect case. And that's kind of like what you got to do. You got to find stuff that you don't think exists. And you're like, I wonder if I can find this, or if that exists, or if I want this in terms of software. And there's a lot of things that don't exist. Or if they don't, if they do exist, they don't always exist in the way you think. Like, I already have another game design in my mind of something I know doesn't exist. I've looked. I looked at every game I could find, 10, 20, 30 games, and nothing met what I wanted in this game, what I thought would make it truly a cool game that stands out on its own. So I have another one in the wings. If I can finish this one, I'll go work on that one. And even then, sometimes there's things like a board game. There's been how many different football games, but again, I was able to find a niche that I feel like hasn't been fit. And that's what you need to do when it comes to what you want to get into. If you enjoy doing it, you can say, oh, wow, I don't think this exists or doesn't exist doing this. And you can go look and find, and if something out there doesn't do it. But make sure you research. You don't want to be spending a bunch of time reinventing the wheel, because nobody wants another wheel. We already have the wheel. Unless you're a wheel company. You reinvent it all the time because you have nothing better to do. That's what your money comes from. But if you're just trying to get going, you need to find things that don't exist yet, or make them better, make them cooler. With AI now, there's a lot of apps out there that are so-so that somebody could come along and go, you know what? I want to make that same app, but now I have AI to make it better. I was just thinking about an app I've been using. It's called the Rehearser. It's an app that works with, it's for actors who want to read their lines and have the app read back to them. Well, it's okay, but it is like one of like two that are popular, and they're on Android, and it's got a lot of little annoying quirks. It does a great job of importing your script, but beyond that, it's a little clunky. It doesn't move real well, and it's not good at the thing I want it to be good at, and that's the rehearsing back with you, saying lines. I wish it would read those better. I think it could be done better than it is. So I thought about maybe even playing with something like that. And I don't think it's that complicated of an app. It seems pretty straightforward to me. So it'd be interesting to try to get that going. But then I don't know. Where do you get the voices, right? I don't know how that works, but obviously it's starting to exist. People are putting out better and better voices. These companies are coming out with some great sounding voices. Sound like regular people now. They don't sound like robots anymore, and it's pretty impressive. But again, just come up with ideas, start taking notes, create idea books, and start programming something that you love. Assuming you like the task. If you don't really like programming, then, you're going to burn out quick. Well, like I said, there is one that does that. I use Rehearser because it's pretty good, but I just think it could be better. But I also don't want to spend time on it right now. And the thing is, I don't know how long I'm going to keep up with this acting thing. I mean, I like doing it, but you know, I like to get paid too. So, and do I have the, I'm not like, I don't expect to go, you know, to Hollywood or anything, but there are a lot of like little theaters around here that do pay for some stuff. It'd be cool to be able to get into a real play where I make 800 bucks a week or 1200 bucks a week. There are those. But you know, as they say, there's not a lot of room for that for, you know, people with my number of years to start in the acting biz. So it's just hobby, but it'd be cool to get some kind of money, even at the cheap level. Play display. Available plays container. Available. User available plays panel. Playbook plays. User playbook panel. Game card prefab. I don't even know where I'm supposed to put that. I did create that, but I don't remember where that goes. Loading indicator. I don't have a loading indicator. Let's hit save. So obviously I was missing a couple of things. Where does the game card? All right, so I have my project here. It's in prefab. Where did we put that? Game card prefab. I don't remember. Where does my game card prefab go? Do I just drag it into the playbook UI manager component, or should it be in hierarchy? No. Add the following component to it. No. I already created the prefab. Just need to know where to put it. I think it goes into my playbook panel. It must go into my playbook panel. Probably goes into both, or do I just put it into the playbook setup panel? Sorry for you simply need to assign it to the game card prefab field in the playbook UI mode. Select the game object component, the inspector panel, find the prefab itself should remain in your project assets folder. Oh, okay. So I just need to put this there. I don't know what a loading indicator is. Playbook services. The playbook UI manager component has a playbook service field. Should I be dragging the playbook service script into that field? that's the case, man, I totally am. Is that in the UI? You can name it Service Manager or Playbook Services. Wow, okay. I'm still missing a number of things. I've got a few more items that need to be created. So I've created code, but a lot of it isn't fully attached. Apparently you have to attach it to all these objects. That's what I'm doing here. So everything's not fully wired up. I'm going to do that tomorrow. So yep, as I thought, we're not quite there, but we are getting closer. More parts are plugging in, and I am starting to move through the code. I just got to get everything attached, and I need to go sleep so I can get up and do it again tomorrow. Till then, you take it easy, Nintendo. I hope things work pretty well for you, whatever your plans are for school. Till next time.